Have you ever wondered why it is extremely difficult for the middle class and lower class to be financially independent? Why do people work hard all their life and still struggle to pay bills every month? Robert Kiyosaki addresses these questions in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book starts off with three main characters, Rob's rich dad, and Rob's poor dad. Rob's poor dad has a PhD and a stable job, while the rich dad is not educated but understands financial literacy. Fast forward 20 years and the uneducated dad is one of the richest people living in Hawaii, while Rob's educated dad still struggles to make ends meet. Rob learns key financial advice from his rich dad about how the rich think. Following this advice ultimately helps him become financially independent and successful in the long run. See, the reason why most people fail to be financially stable is because 99% of the population thinks the exact same. Being the middle class and lower class, we fall into a category of sheep. We are taught that working hard, saving up, and investing long term is the only way to success. Rob considers himself very lucky to attain advice from his rich dad, because learning from people who know their subject well is essential for financial success. The author of this book says that the first step to getting wealthy is understanding financial literacy. When you go to a bank and apply for a loan, does the bank ask you for a degree? No, they ask you for a financial statement. And the only thing that goes on your financial statement are your assets and liabilities. You see, most people out there have a wrong perception of assets and liabilities. So let's get right into it. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket, whether you work for it or not. The biggest misconception about people today is that they think their house is their biggest asset. Here is a cash flow diagram to understand assets versus liabilities. If you own a house and pay a mortgage on it, your cash flow diagram looks something like this, which makes your house a liability. If you own a car and make monthly payments on it, your car is a liability. However, if you have a car which you use as a taxi, which then contributes to your income, this car is an asset. The 1% or the rich always work to acquire assets and create positive income. They strive to consistently be on the left side of the cash flow diagrams, getting money from their assets and feeding it into their income. Taxes and the structure of corporations. The next step that you need to learn to get rich is understanding taxes and the power of corporations. If you make $50,000 a year and pay roughly 30% of it in taxes, at the end of the year, you only make $35,000. You then use the $35,000 to pay your bills, your gas, your car, have your vacation, and so on. Now, if you had a corporation that made $50,000 as income, you still owe the government $15,000, but you then claim expenses for your business, which includes your gas money, your $1,500 suit, your business trip with your colleagues to the Bahamas, and your every other day meals. This way, you drastically increase the cash flow going into your pocket by keeping most of the income you make and paying pennies in taxes later. Corporations are the main reason the rich keep getting richer and the poor and middle class have a hard time managing a budget because you don't keep everything you make. So here's a summary of what you need to focus on to ultimately become financially independent. Get educated on financial literacy from the right people. Make some changes in your daily life to gain more knowledge about acquiring assets and creating a stream of passive income by investing in dividend stocks, bonds, real estate, and so on. Start a corporation to legally maximize the income you keep in your pocket. Make a conscious effort to reduce liabilities such as electronics and automotives in your life. You can buy these later with income generated from your assets. If you are one of the 99%, you are probably thinking about how it's too late to get started. But it's time to change that mindset and start thinking like the rich. Don't wait, as time will never be right. The best time to get started was yesterday. The next best time is now. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tips.